I'm Kimmy.
And we're the Avocuties, and today we're joined by Justin. Say hi, Justin.
Hello.
Kim, can you explain to the millennials what we're doing today?
Yeah, definitely. So, thanks again, Justin, for joining us.
Of course.
But today we are actually going to take a crack at something that not a lot of people want to talk about, and not a lot of people want to actually admit exists, but we're doing it today. We're creating characters for 4th edition. Are you ready?
No, but here we are.
Justin?
Oh, yeah.
On this dreary, rainy day.
It's perfect for this. So, Jamie's not even looked at the character sheet yet. Justin's had a little bit of time to review things, so he's another dungeon master, a friend of ours, Jamie's boyfriend, who's actually running our campaign right now. You're going to see a lot more from him later. But, so he's had time to review it, but Jamie has no idea what she's getting into. This is going to be her first time seeing the character sheet alone.
I'm so nervous.
Drum roll!
What am I looking at? There's so much going on.
Yeah. So, compared to, like, all the other sheets that we have, when I first looked at this one, I wanted to put it away.
It's intimidating. Oh my god.
So the reason why we even have anything for 4th edition was years ago when it first came out. We thought, why not get why not get a Dungeons and Dragons? We were playing AD&D. Why not try what was new and what came out? And yeah.
At the time, a friend's dad was our dungeon master, and we decided that, we don't want to have to wait until he's free to be able to play, so let's go out and get a starter kit, and then we can play on our own. And at the time, 4th edition was the most recent, and so we went to our local game store, and we asked what we needed to start playing Dungeons & Dragons. And this is what they sold us, and that man should be fired, because he clearly didn't know anything about the gaming world, and he set us up for failure, and we spent a lot of money, and then we never played it, and also couldn't get rid of it. Literally nobody wanted to take it off our hands.
It was like a ridiculous journey. I don't think that gaming store is open anymore.
No, it's not.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we tried to sell this off. It was like a complete set. There was stuff that I had unwrapped last night. That's how complete the set still was, unused.
It's not that we didn't try to play it when we bought it. In fact, we spent a good few hours trying to figure it out, and it was so confusing that we just gave up and put it away and just figured out how to play AD&D on our own. And this is the first time I've looked at this since then, and that was 8 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, that was actually 8 years ago. Justin, have you ever been exposed to 4th edition before I asked you just the other night?
No, actually. I have tinkered around with just about every edition except for 4th. And looking through the player's handbook earlier today and finding these character sheets, there's a lot going on. And it's very different. And if you've not looked at a 4th edition character sheet before, just do a quick Google search. And the messiest thing you'll see in the Google image results, that's it. Just Google 4th edition D&D character sheet, and you'll see the mess in the images.
4th edition character sheet is like your aunt who shows up to family functions with eyeliner on, but like her lipstick is smeared, and she's wearing like a bunch of jewelry, but her hair is only half done. And she looks like she just, slapped everything on before she ran out of the house because she was in a hurry and she hasn't had her 3rd cup of coffee yet.
That's what I aspire to be.
This is what this character sheet looks like. And it's super confusing. And what are action points?
We'll get there. Okay? So, yes, the biggest thing that we will get to is action points. But what I thought we would do is we would just start with the beginning.
You need an attack workspace?
And damage workspace. You got base attacks, too. So, and you got senses. Senses help you. Defense. There's different types of defenses. But let's just start with what do you guys want to create, and we'll go from there. Let's now take away from the sheet, and we'll start with what do you guys want to create. Now, I've already created a character so that I can give you guys a reference. I created a tiefling, which I was very comfortable with. I played one in 3.5, and I played one in 5th edition for a little bit. So I was pretty okay with building a tiefling in 4th. It wasn't too bad, but what would you guys like to create?
Well, I will be creating an Eladrin wizard, focusing on the School of Illusion.
He's had a little time to look.
Yeah. Really put me on the spot here. I think I need to create a character that reflects what this edition means to me. And so, I think I'm gonna create. Is there like a giant race? Is there like a Goliath equivalent? In
There's
this edition?
not. I mean, there is. It's in an expound book. Actually, it might be in. There giants aren't in the heroes.
No,
It's
I
okay.
don't believe so.
But there are. I'll show you what I've got here, and we can go off of these. These are going to be the base ones. You have Dragonborn.
Oh, this is when Dragonborn are introduced?
Yep. You have a dwarf.
Or were Dragonborn in 3.5?
Dragonborns are in 3.5.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
But they weren't in a base. And then you have Eladrin. Is that how I say it?
Eladrin.
Eladrin. You got an elf.
You could go a little faster.
Half elf. Halfling. Human. Tiefling. That's it.
You can't even be a half-orc?
Not in the base. And I don't think it's in here.
Okay, I'm gonna be a dwarf thief.
Okay.
Because dwarves are loud and boisterous and hardy, and thieves are typically sneaky and don't want to be seen. So, a dwarf thief makes about as much sense as this game.
I am 100% with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna make.
All right. So go ahead and write down dwarf. And you can go ahead and write down
Where? Oh.
Eladrin. Seriously, she's going to ask where a lot because that's how, like Justin said, a mess this is.
And we just want to pop these in at level 1, right?
Yeah, you guys are going to be
Yeah,
level
we'll just let's keep it simple. Control the simplicity while we can.
As I like that, as we can.
Why? Is it going to get a lot less simple as we move on?
Oh,
There's a lot of
man.
calculations to be done, and a lot of it's super easy, but there's just a lot.
So one thing that you guys are going to find out as you go through is you have modifiers, and you guys won't get to the modifier since you're level 1, but everything will have a modifier based on your level. Like, literally, you will have a modifier to add to everything because of the level you are. And the modifier is half your level. So, and you'll see there's a spot for it across the page. Basically, if you see anything that says 1/2 level, that's a modifier. Because if you're level 10, that'd be a 5. That's half your level. And
What?
And in 4E, you always round down.
always round
Every
down.
single time.
Yep.
It's their golden rule.
So what's the point of doing it? Why don't they just do, like, a +1 every 2 levels instead of a half every level? It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't do anything.
Correct. That was...
See, I think this is one of those things where you get to 4th edition and they say, hey, always round down. So at that point, they're telling the people that are playing 3.5, hey, just go back to 3. Don't bother coming up.
Wow.
I like that.
That was wow. Okay. All right. Just bringing out the big guns for this one. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to skip height and weight and what your character looks like. We're getting
Wait.
into mechanics.
But it's important. What size am I?
You can be anywhere from 4'3" to 4'9". You can be 160 pounds to 220.
No, size. It's different than height. There's a different place for size.
Oh, you're a
and height.
medium. You're a medium
Yeah.
character.
I'm medium?
Yeah.
Why do
You are also medium, if you didn't know that. Do you have... Is Aldrin in that?
Yeah.
Or I keep saying Aldrin.
Yeah, they are.
Eladrins are in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the book that they were in.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Do dwarves still live to be 500 in this version?
I believe so. Let me pull it up. I have
That's
it right
fine,
here.
I'm gonna make him 387.
Nope, they only live to 200.
Well, he's gonna be 387. How tall can I be?
4'3" to 4'9".
He's gonna be 4'9",
Tallest.
the tallest he can be. And he's gonna weigh, you know what? He's gonna weigh 200 pounds. Okay,
He's a chunk.
he's gonna be... They don't even give you enough space on the lines to write anything.
That's
I
true.
write really small and neat, and I can't even fit anything on these lines.
Nope.
What's a paragon?
Oh,
What's a
God.
paragon
Okay.
path?
Stop. Okay.
So
We're not there
easiest
yet.
easiest way to explain it is you don't cap out at level 20 in 4th edition.
No, you
What?
don't.
So when your range from 1 to 10 is known as your heroic era. When you get past level 10, you get into the paragon.
Oh.
When you are past 20 or at 21, I believe you go into the epic
Yeah, you're a god.
category.
And you just keep going.
Epic. Okay, so I'm heroic.
Yes.
Okay, I want you guys to know that I am playing a 4'9", 200-pound, 387-year-old dwarf thief named Bombast Bumbershoot.
Oh my god, I love it.
That was just the first name that came to mind.
Can you hand me the heroes? So, if you want to talk about a little bit more about Paragon, there's also paths you can take within. So,
I'm already feeling overwhelmed.
yep. Oh, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
Do you mean better in like I'm gonna understand it more, or do you mean like
No, you gotta pick your class. What,
I'm a thief?
a thief? Okay, that's right. You pick thief. And what did you pick? Oh, wizard. Okay.
So I think like you're always going to be like rushed with a lot of knowledge whenever you're picking up a new edition or a new role-playing game of any kind. Because they're always going to have different mechanics, different rule sets, different character creation process.
That's true.
And they certainly try to make it as player-friendly as possible, but it just gets bogged down by its own way of calculating all your different stats, modifiers, and things that it doesn't make that breach of entry any clearer.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think you actually have to pick a path while you're in Paragon Mage. So if you want to look at your paths, these are the Paragon Mage paths. So it's a path is like, it's just like a little, it's in-depth character development to help you.
You do this at 11th level.
We're in heroic. I'm sorry. I'm my character I made 11 was to make a lot more, to go into depth later after you guys create your one, so that's why I was confused. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm in 11, so
yeah.
I'm higher up.
Yeah, like for wizards specifically, you just pick your school of magic at first level.
Wait, so where I wrote down heroic and paragon path, I need to erase that?
Yeah, that's a strictly once you reach 11th level thing. This is what you are working towards, and it's different abilities and things that you're gaining based on your path past 11th level.
Okay.
So we're gonna leave dwarf open. We can go back and forth.
So I'm assuming epic destiny is for when you're level 20, you want to find out what your destiny is, what glorious wonders your godlike presence will bring to the world.
Sure. It will not. You will not get there.
Okay, here's what we can
clearly.
do. Adventuring company or other affiliations.
Millennial Focus Group. Alright, we're part of the Millennial...
What about Millennial Focus Guild?
Yes!
I'm digging it.
Part of the Millennial Focus Guild.
All right. Things you need to know about your class, you need to start adding in. So for a dwarf, you have ability score modifiers. So where those go, it goes miscellaneous. So do you see here on ability scores where you have ability modifiers? Right here. This is where you're going to put those, and I'll tell you what they are.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Okay, so ability mods for a dwarf is you're going to have a +2 to Constitution and a +2 to Wisdom.
Funny.
Over here in speed, your base speed is 5. So put that in base, which is this mark right there. So that everything over here that are in different kind of areas are going to be like after you do the math.
Okay.
Yep, that's why there's a bunch of boxes.
I do kind of like that. Because some character sheets only have one spot for the numbers, so you never know, like, okay, how did I get this number? At least this one you can see all of the numbers and then add them up, but it just takes up a lot of space and looks like really confusing.
And the big reason I see this, I understand why they did it. Like you said, you can see how you got all your numbers, and it makes sense because you can keep track of everything in case things change, because guess what? In 4E, nothing is stagnant. You can do what's called retrain, and we'll get there later. Anyway, so, but not every class and every race has the ability to do everything on this sheet. But they had to make one sheet for all, so that's why there's just a bunch of shit on it. You won't use probably half of it.
That's cool. Love that. Okay.
So, and then you also have low light vision. So you can put that in your race features right here. You'll put low light. Are you doing yours, Justin, on your own?
Uh-huh.
Are you fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Your languages down here are going to be Common and Dwarven.
That I could have guessed.
So you're going to have some skill bonuses, and those are going to go into... so you have what's called Ability Mod plus half level... This is the one thing I did not like. I did not like that you couldn't put your ability score for skill, like your ability modifier based on your class, or sorry, your race, anywhere without having to add it because it's going to change every 2 levels. So you will completely keep erasing your ability modifier. I did not like that. What that's saying is right here, you see that it says ability modifier plus half level.
Yep.
So right now, your ability modifier, and we can't, well, I guess we can't get there yet because we still have to do ability scores, but you will have like, it's just insane. So we won't even go to skills yet. We're going to skip past that and we're just going to do that later.
Are we going to go to ability scores? Do we need to roll dice?
You're going to go to ability scores, and whenever you're ready, Justin, we'll do ability scores, and I'm going to walk you through it.
We can do that now.
Okay. Let me go back to page 16.
You mean to tell me that we aren't just going to roll dice and take a set of numbers? What?
Nope. So there are 2 methods? 2 methods. 3. There is a rolling method, but the rolling method is it is not like when you roll regular ability score where you can like take some and add and just make your places everything, and it just takes a lot of time to go by the rules. So we're going to do method 1, which is you are given scores and you just put them where you want.
Oh.
So we're going to get 3 arrays. So we're going to get 3 sets of 6 numbers. Now 1 is a balanced array. So pretty much everything is going to be a fairly average number with 1 higher than average. Then you've got your specialist array. Now your specialist is going to make one of your skills really, really high. But you are going to have a weak attribute. And then everything else will be fairly average. And then there's the double specialist array. So you'll have 2 that are fairly high, and again, 1 that's low with the rest average.
Okay, you know that's my boy Bombast though. Like
double specialist?
Double specialist.
Okay, let me get the double specialist up. Do you have it in that book?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
He's already got it pulled up.
So your scores that you can use are 16, 16, 12.
Wait. I don't know where I want to put them.
You probably want to put them in Constitution and Wisdom because you already have ability modifiers in them. You can make them really OP if you want him to be OP in only 2 things.
But he's a thief. Don't thieves need a dex?
Thieves are, yes, dex and... Where's the dex and
Constitution? No, for
4E.
Thieves.
There's so many things that have to go out of order for this.
That's like the biggest thing is, yes, you can't just like do one thing and then go to the next part of the sheet because that's another thing about 4Es. Everything is intertwined.
Right.
Like it depends on everything else.
Okay, well, let me just assume I'm going to put my biggest numbers into con and dex because I see Bombast as a sort of loose cannon. He made his way to the ripe, old, impossible age of 387 because he's impossibly healthy, and also he's quick on his feet and can get himself out of trouble or into trouble, but in a way that he can work it to his advantage. So let's say that I give the 16. Oh wait, but I suppose that would be okay.
Just dexterity is important in this. You don't have 2. It's just dexterity.
Okay, well, yep. I'm gonna give the 16 to con and dex, and then what was that next number for the double specialist array?
Double 16, 12, 11. You have 2 11s to use.
Okay.
And an 8.
Oh yeah, that's going in intelligence.
Oh, and I should tell you this. There's not actually like a straight thief in 4E. It's kind of like AD&D was with Rogue before they added AD 2nd edition that added the thief. They kind of took the thief out, and you just kind of have to make a thief out of Rogue again.
There's not a thief class?
Not specifically, no.
But that's an AD&D. Why would they take out a thief? That's like a basic... Oh my god. Okay.
It's alright. There's training in thievery, and we will get there. It's one of the skills you learn, and that's one of the things you're going to max out as a rogue so that you can be what you would consider a thief. But there's not like specific thiefy things.
Yikes. Okay.
Yep. And then
I got a 12 strength, 18 constitution, if we're talking about my +2 ability modifier, 16 dex, 8 intelligence, 13 wisdom if we add the +2 modifier, and an 11 charisma.
okay, so here on strength, now this is a lot like 5e that we've come across, where you'll have a +1 because it's every 2, you get a +1 ability modifier. So go ahead and write +1 on that first box.
Oh, but...
You'll add these as you go across. This is what I'm saying, where it's not fair that you can't add your race modifiers on their own. So for this, you're going to get a +4.
What? That
right?
makes...
12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, it's a +4, +2, so you're going to actually have a +6 in that box.
Wait, what?
Yeah, +6. Oh, by the way, an average thing, like an average armor class for you to have would be like 25, 26, and they have to roll like... It's a lot of math to hit. Remember how we were complaining about in 5e? You're like, a nat 20 is not really fun anymore because, you know, somebody can roll a 27, blah, blah, blah. Well, honestly, that's like an average roll in this. People really hard to hit are like in the 30s.
What?
Yeah, because of this stuff.
Okay, so having a 22 constitution is not out of, like, a normal realm?
No, your constitution, that says 18. This is just your ability modifier. Or this is still...
Oh my god, I'm so confused.
Yep. So you just write 16 there.
No, it would be 18, though, because I had racial bonuses,
Oh, yes,
right?
yes, yeah. So, yeah, 18.
Well, then
And that
the
makes
ability,
this a +4.
a +4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So you can make that a 15, where your 13 is right here. You'll turn that to 15.
No, that was an 11 before.
Oh, that was 11 before. Okay, perfect. So then this is a +3, so you'll write a +3 there. This is a -1, because you're at 8. This is a +1, and this is 0. All right,
Okay.
now, so this isn't too bad because you guys are at level 1. So if you take half your level, that's 0.5, which is considered 0. So all of these would be zeros. What you'll do is you'll still write 1, 4, +3, -1, +1, 0 over here. But as you level up, these change because it's added this plus half your level.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, like, what? Wait, so I just have to rewrite the modifier? I'm just
Yeah.
rewriting it.
Basically, so if you look at mine, I'm like, this tiefling is level 11. That's what I made him. So since he's level 11, I get a +5 modifier to everything I want that says half level. So my score here was a 4 because I have a 19. +5 equals 9. So my actual ability modifier is a 9 when I roll. Here I have a +2 because it's 14, but I have a 5 due to my level. So that's actually 7 every time I roll.
Okay, I get it. I
It's
just think it's dumb.
very dumb.
Well, like, it just seems like a lot of, like, extra, I don't know, writing for no reason? I don't know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what's next?
Justin, do you have all yours? Okay, we'll let Justin catch up.
No, you're good.
Are you sure?
Keep going. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to skills then, because we'll go to skills now that we have ability modifiers. So we can do your dwarven skills.
Dwarven skills.
Yeah!
That will have nothing to do with my roguish intentions.
Nope. So you're going to have skill bonuses to dungeoneering and endurance. Okay, I gotta remember how I did my trade. Okay, yes. So here you're gonna write all your ability modifiers that correlate like we do in 5e.
Okay.
But make sure you add 2 when you're doing dungeoneering and endurance. So you're over here on the
Okay. Wow. I'm really durable.
And everything in here will change as you level up, obviously, because it's plus half level. So once you're level 2, you'll add a +1 to everything that's already in there.
God, that's horrible.
Yes.
Well, what is the bonus on the left then?
So the bonus is this number, this final number you have right here, and so it's all of this. This is so hard to explain. So it's big. It is. Okay, so it's these two numbers added plus any modifier you have on the side plus any miscellaneous modifier. So it's the equivalent of all of this added up goes here. And that's the number you need to roll. Oh my god, it's so hard to explain.
It's what you're adding to your skill check.
It's what you add to your skill checks, is this number.
So the bonus basically is just your skill modifier, is what it comes down to.
Then why is it called a bonus? That implies additional.
Okay, so think of it this way. So the way the sheet is set up is you see every, like, it's so hard.
The final numbers are on the left, and the ones you add up are on
Not
the right.
all the time.
Why?
I know! I'm sorry! It's like, this is seriously 5th grade math. Show your work. That is the sheet.
And like all the rules are inconsistent. Do I get other ability modifiers in all of these skills? Or do I only have Dungeoneering and Endurance?
Based on your race, only Dungeoneering, and you can put them in miscellaneous if you want to remember that they're there. You can put miscellaneous stuff on the side, like your +2 in both of them. That's up to you.
I'll just get confused because then I'll add the...
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's why you would...
Yeah, because you add all of these together and that's this number.
Oh, well then I guess I should do that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think you would still go down all of the ability modifiers for this. You just don't have training to get you that additional 5 points.
And so what training is, I'll just touch on it because you guys are never going to get to training because you're not leveling. So you know how there's feats and things you can specifically learn, and like in 5e, when you level up, you get to a point where you can learn a feat, another one, or whatever. Well, instead, they have that, but it's not as important as the skill training is. So every level, you can do 2 things. You can train in a skill, and you can train a level of that skill, which is how you get the trained modifier. Or you can do what's called retrain, and instead of training up in a skill, you can train in a separate skill and kind of null the first one out. So instead of continuing your practice in that, so say like you were training in thievery and then you had a change of heart and you want to be a good guy and you want to do like healing work or something, you can then, instead of training up in your thievery, you can take a training away and train then in that. And it's just a way to like kind of build your character as you go, because your character is not going to be a stagnant character.
I like the fluidity. It's an interesting system, but Bombast will never give up his goals of being a thief.
Joke's on you, I'm already trained in 5 things.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You get 5 trainings at...
Through the wizard, you get Arcana plus 3 other of the class skills. You get them trained.
How come I don't get trained?
I'm looking for training for you.
I'm 387 goddamn years old. I've surely
And
had
then,
some training.
as an Eladrin, I get to pick an additional skill. Any skill to be trained in.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
pretty
might
dope.
as a dwarf, but you might as a rogue. Let's look up rogue real quick.
Yeah, the trainings for the most part are gonna be in your class.
You got lucky with your picking.
Lucky?
He planned
Luck
this.
had nothing to do with it.
He planned this.
He did plan it. That's his style. He knew exactly what he was doing, making the best
Oh wait,
combo.
I have the dungeon map. I want. Oh,
Okay, I didn't realize how beneficial the training was, because I gave the character sheet a glance, and
you really gotta dig in deep to
you
these things.
you do in order to break down like everything that's here. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay.
It was really bad. Kimmy,
Oh,
what do
look.
you have for us?
I've got some thiefy things.
Thiefy thing. Just
Yes.
thiefy things.
It tells you how to create a thief. That's it. So we're in rogue. So other things that you're gonna get. So you're gonna have a trained skill in stealth and thievery.
Yay!
So you get 5. So you'll have +5 in those. Why do they have class skills? What does that mean? What is a class skill again? You get class skills.
Okay, class skills are, I think, what you're going to be able to train.
I think you're right. I think because you can't train in absolutely everything, but so there are things that you can train in that if you ever. So no, there's like if you want it to be towards your class, if you want it to benefit you and to do things, these are ones. But there's a lot. There's acrobatics, athletics, bluff, dungeoneering, insight, intimidation, perception, stealth, streetwise, and thievery. Oh, you have healing surges. I didn't know this. What? So you have healing surges. You get 6 plus your constitution modifier is a healing surge. Oh, yeah, I forgot about healing surges. There's a lot. Like, I completely forgot half of this. Like, I was ready to build characters, and then I forgot that about all the defense that you have to do and how to do a damage and attack workspace. Yeah, it's cool.
I know you can't see my eyes right now, but they're really wide. Hey guys, so it took us like an extra half hour just to get through figuring out what my character did for attack and weapons and feats and abilities and all that other stuff. Maybe an extra 40 minutes. I don't know. I lost track of time and identity and self, and I really almost had a breakdown and almost fainted too. So, and that was not even finishing the character because we didn't even get to the back of the page. God forbid we try to go through what at-will powers are and the way that fucking magic items work in this game. And yeah, so gang, guild, what do we think about 4th edition after this horrendous experience, which has taken far, far too long? Would we want to, if this was our first time playing Dungeons and Dragons, would we want to play after trying to create these characters?
No,
I think
not at all.
if I took as much time to do this, coming in as a first-time player, then yeah, I'm sticking with it because I spent so much time learning how to do it. Like, I'm not moving away.
You made an investment. Yeah, and I do kind of want to play Bombast Bumbershoot. Like, I'm curious how this plays out, but I don't want to sit here long enough to even finish this character sheet. Like, I just don't want to do it. It's not fun.
So, if you push yourself to do it, I do have a pre-written quest with already characters made that you can play him. I think play might be a hell of a lot more fun than creation. I think, and how I feel about it when I was making the world was 4E was a lot of, I like your term, bookkeeping, and creating the world is a lot of bookkeeping, but it makes you feel accomplished. But I also then am afraid that the players, if they DM bust me, I will flip the table. With how much time I spent to do this, I will flip the flippin' table
Like
all
Jesus.
over everybody. Like Jesus. Yes.
Like our friend Jesus from the Forbidden Realm of 4th edition. Well, then maybe our follow-up episode to this should be a little session that you DM for me, Justin, and maybe one other brave individual who dares to create. Who are we kidding? We're not getting anybody else to create a character.
Maybe we just use one of the ones that she's already created and say, hey, somebody just run this character, and we can do it that way. And that way we can actually give a fair review of 4th edition after having played it.
I think that's a good assessment. This is not really a fair evaluation, but
I think it's great that we recorded what it's like to create, and like we have it just forever in our archive, the frustration of beginning 4th edition.
I will admit I'm already in a bad mood, or I was already in a bad mood at the beginning of recording this. I'm already grumpy today, but this is legitimate frustration. This has not made my mood any better. So, grade in progress. I'm going to give it a D for
It's still passing.
Dungeons and Duds. I don't know.
Dungeons and dumb.
I'm going to give it a C for character creation.
Cute. What do you give it, Kimmy?
I give it an S-. Satisfactory, but not quite there.
What does the S stand for?
Satisfactory.
No,
Shit.
it stands for shit.
Shit.
All right. Thanks for listening, millennials. I know this episode was a little bit rough. Maybe you can feel our pain through the audio. But if you enjoyed listening to us suffer today, you can listen to more of our content in multiple places. Kimmy, where are all of our platforms now?
So you can find us on iTunes and Podbean and Spotify at Millennial Focus Group. You can find us and listen to us on YouTube at MFG TV. You can follow us on some of our social media platforms to know when episodes come out and what's coming up next. You can follow us on Instagram at MFG Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Avocado Toasters. I like that one.
You can also search MFG Podcast on Twitter, and we do come up, but we are at Avocado Toasters. I know we didn't make that clear before.
And then we do have a TikTok and love making little skits for it too. And you can find a lot of behind-the-scenes things coming up soon on that TikTok, but you can find us on TikTok at MFG Podcast. I think that's it.
I think that's it. It's a bit of a list. But thank you for tuning in, and we hope to hear some feedback from you. Bye, millennials.
Bye. But you can find us on TikTok at MFG Podcast. I think that's it.
I think that's it. It's a bit of a list. But thank you for tuning in, and we hope to hear some feedback from you. Bye, millennials.
Bye.